Hello and welcome. This is another one of my bike shop bin finds, a SRAM SX Eagle 12-speed derailleur, I believe. It has a reference, the RDSX1A1, mostly made out of some resinous plastic and probably steel here at the back. The derailleur, as you can see here, has been broken. I've actually put the B-bolt back into place to illustrate on the video how we remove that. And I believe also the cage, I think it's the inner cage here has had an impact and it's been bent. I think that you could easily bend this back on. It's got a small feature, I believe this is to remove the rear wheel. So you need to recline that back and then you push this little pin here and it opens up the cage and keeps it in place. So let's begin by undoing what can be undone on this derailleur. Unfortunately, I've misplaced the other jockey wheel, so we'll just take off this one. Same procedure for the other side. It's number 3 Allen key. So for this B-bolt, you can actually get a replacement for this, although I don't see the point really because this seems to this part seems to break before the actual hanger on the bike. So right here behind, and I didn't know this actually, there's a ring and it can be removed, and I missed that out on other derailleurs. I thought this was somehow riveted on. So what you need is a knife, and you can actually take off just here this little clip. I'm going to show you how. Right, so just behind here there's that ring, and what you want to try and do is try and catch it. I'm using a very sharp, what's this called, a scoring knife? Can't remember. So what you want to do is look around, and there will be just one little part of the washer that you can catch onto. You'll understand what I'm talking about once I've removed this. So here that you can just about see them. I'm getting underneath. It's quite annoying to take off. I think I've achieved it now. So once you've lifted it up, you can actually get around it properly. As you can see, just got that little part now to remove as well. Okay. And now we've taken it off, so I'll just show you how it looks like. It's nearly like a flat spring. There must be a word for this. As you can see here, if I lift it up, you see what it actually looks like. And behind here you have the stopper for the B-bolt. And this B-bolt now, ignoring my part here, you'll be able to push yours out. Now right here, right here there's a bolt. So what you want to do is recline it back, and then it will give you access. So you're going to need another 3 again. And you can now remove it. Be careful with your hands, and there you go. We've looks like we've removed the tension on the spring here at the bottom knuckle interior. Quite practical that they're using the same sized Allen key bolt, hex bolt, instead of having different ones. So this is again a number 3, and if you remove that screw now, it looks like it's allowing you to open this up. There you go. And we can fully remove that. So you have this bolt that we can now take off. Seems to be some kind of plastic retainer for the spring. Yeah, nothing else here. I'm going to leave that together for now. Here you have a kind of plastic cap that you need to take off. And you now have this bolt to take out from the bottom knuckle. So I'm using a number 4. I don't think this is screwed on anything, but just by using the bolt from the other side and pushing down, mine was quite stuck, and just by turning around you eventually get it to come out. There you go, we're getting there. Let's remove the rest of the screws. So this is a number 3 again. There you go. Oh great, number 3 as well. Okay, well that's everything that's removable on here, other than just the anchor bolt for the derailleur cable. The spring here internally doesn't, I mean, I think you could potentially remove it, but it looks quite daunting with the very odd angles to take off, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to clean mine because this one's going to go in the bin, but if you're servicing yours, you can obviously clean yours up and well, add some grease towards for this bolt that runs through here, and potentially here as well on that, what they call the B bolt, and that's it. Right, so once you've cleaned yours up and you've put some new grease, we can now put that back together. The bolt right here is going to run through back here again. It's actually a female bolt, so push that through. Might be quite hard initially. Oh, yeah, I pushed against something and it pops through. Now you can take the spring. Looks fairly symmetrical on both sides. I don't think it's going to make a big deal of difference what side you put it on. Yeah, I can't see a difference. So one tip is going to go into that hole right here on this plasticky plate. The other tip of that spring, you'll see here at the back, try to capture the light, or just here on the end of my finger there, there's a slot, and you want to put that tip of that spring into that slot. Be quite obvious when it's stuck on. Now take the cage for the jockey wheels and the bolt. Run the bolt through. Run that bolt through here so that it's laying flat. And the other tip of that spring that's here needs to go into this hole right there. So once you've got that properly aimed, you can start to push down, and this bolt here you can start to screw into the other end of that female bolt that we put in previously. There you go, I'm starting to get it in. And on the other side, with a number 4, that will help you secure this down. Make sure that the spring's not fallen off. And you should be able to continue that until it's nice and tight. Before we do anything else, let's put these limit screws back in, and I'll hopefully open this part up. So since this is plastic, you probably want to be quite careful not to damage the threading. And the advantage of screwing down this screw right here is that it's going to lift up the this cage here and get it out of the way, so that when we tension up this spring inside here, the cage won't be in the way anymore of this top part. So now to tension this up, we're going to get ready with the stopper right here, and what we're going to do essentially is turn this around. It's going anti-clockwise, and you want to do a full 360, I believe. And if you really want, using this pin right here that blocks the cage plate from moving, you can actually bring that all the way around and put that down. So now we can easily screw this down, the little bolt right there. Be careful not to pinch your fingers. And there you go, that's done. Let's put that little plastic cap back on. Alright, don't tighten this too much, it doesn't like it. Let's put that B bolt back through. You need to put this plate first. And then we have this type of snap ring washer. So I don't know what the best procedure is to put that back on. Where's it open? Right, and that's on. Now let's put that screw back in here. Last but not least, the jockey wheel outer cage. So it will go in that position. Obviously I can't show you that with both of them on. Right, well that's done and it's finished. I can finally throw this now in the bin and clear up some space. I'll probably keep just this part here and possibly the rear cage. So I hope this helped you service your SRAM SX Rear derailleur. Thank you for listening, and until next time, peace out.